10 seconds on the clock. How many things can you name that are always growing? Your relationship, your skills, your customer base. How about businesses on Shopify? Shopify is a global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business. From the launch your online shop stage to the first real life store stage, all the way to the did we just hit a million orders stage, Shopify's there to help you grow. Shopify helps you turn browsers into buyers with the internet's best converting checkout, up to 36% better compared to other leading commerce platforms. And sell more with less effort thanks to Shopify Magic, your AI-powered all-star. My favorite thing about Shopify is that no matter how big you want your business to grow, they are going to help you to facilitate things and make it so much smoother to transition into whatever chapter it is that you're taking your business. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/pretty, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/pretty now to grow your business no matter what stage you're in. Shopify.com/pretty.
Welcome back to another episode of Pretty Not Smart with your host, Louie, aka the baddest perra.
And Yoatzi. Hello. How are you guys? Been a while.
It's summer. All right,
And we
random.
hate it. Happy
so
summer.
Freaking pissed. All
No,
right.
everyone's like, we can tell it's summer. Louis super tan.
I know, literally. No, you guys, it is.
I haven't seen him in like 3 years.
It's been a week.
I didn't know I had a brother. I forgot.
Good. Keep forgetting.
So-
Yeah, just kidding.
This is like the most you've like ever traveled in your whole life.
No, it has.
Like back to back to back to back to back. Yeah.
It's because I'm working late. Just kidding. Yeah, I've been all over the world, you guys. I just came back from Havasu.
All over the world. Wait, you were in Havasu?
No, bitch.
Oh, I was like, see, I didn't know.
No, yeah, I've been traveling a lot more and I'm getting tan and I love being tan, so I'm so happy.
Like he leaves, he comes back, he films, he leaves, comes back, films, leaves. Like that's his life right now.
Yeah, and I love it. I love traveling. You know what's funny?
What?
I made that, not funny. I made that my New Year's resolution that I was going to travel more.
period.
And that's why I'm traveling more. It's because I had grown like a hate relationship with fucking traveling because I hated it. Like the amount of flights that I had to miss, the amount of like just shit that I had going on with the airport and everything that I just never wanted to see an airport ever again.
You had like negative thoughts towards airports.
Every time somebody wanted me to go somewhere, I was like, I had to think about it and it had to be really worth it if I was going to go. But this year, I feel like it was one of like my New Year resolutions was to travel, not only like within the US, but like to leave.
Yeah.
So I've been kind of like a yes man every time somebody asks me.
You want to go to Vegas
do
tomorrow
some-
then? I'm taking advantage. I'm like, and you pay for everything?
No, yeah. So I was just like, anytime that I get an opportunity to like travel somewhere or like me plan somewhere to travel to, I'll say yes. And I've been really happy about it because I've been creating new memories.
You've been like living your best life. I'm loving it. What about for your birthday?
I'm leaving again.
You are, huh?
Yeah.
Do you have a spa or not yet?
I know for sure I want to go to Mexico.
Can't go because I'll stay there.
That'll be fun.
You'll love it there.
No, yeah, I really want to go back to Mexico just because, well, one, I love being in Mexico. And two, like now that I've traveled to like a few of the touristy spots, like I'm just like, oh, now I see why people will like love coming here because, well, one, the beaches are beautiful. Two, the people are really nice. And then three, it's a lot cheaper than fucking traveling here.
Dude, I bet.
Acabo de ir a Miami like what, a week ago, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
And one of my friends was like, we should go back to Miami. And I was like,
No?
Because, so I compared it to going to Mexico, right?
Okay.
And I was like, bitch, they're both a 5-hour flight. So you either fly 5 hours to go to Miami, or you fly 5 hours to go to fucking Mexico to get like that beach vibe. But everything's so fucking expensive in Miami, obviously. It's really expensive for your hotel. It's really expensive for like your drinks. Really expensive to like just get around everywhere. Or you can go to Mexico and it's not as expensive and it's a way nicer experience.
Ooh.
And you're like out of the fucking US. So you're just like,
what about where are the people better? Like in Miami or in Mexico?
Mexico. I think they're just a lot friendlier. Like even the people who live there, the people who work there, and like everybody's just really like minding their own business.
Go. My friend actually just went. She just came back. She said it was her first time. She said it was such a different vibe. She was like, she went to a pueblo though. She went to Michoacan. Ooh, and she said that the area that they stayed at was like a little pueblito, that everybody was like, every time you were eating, they were like, provecho, like buena, whatever they say, provecho, right? Or they were like, buenas tardes, buenas noches, buenos días. And then she was like, and then I came back to the US and nobody ever acknowledges me.
I know. They're like,
yeah. Get out of my way.
Literally. Yeah, I feel like when I've been like to Mexico, I feel like it's because a lot of places here. So one of the reasons why I hate traveling or hated traveling is just because of like my sexuality. It's always like scared me. Yeah. And that's why like, okay, even me going to Mexico was like a big like, hey, but like I don't know how long it's gonna take me for like to travel anywhere else besides Mexico because I'm really scared of like just homophobia and shit like that. But I've never been treated more normal than like in Mexico. Ooh. I swear, like right now that I was there.
It's because you're Mexican.
Honestly, probably, I don't know, but the people just, it's because a lot of places where I'll go, like. You see people being a little bit more hesitant or people look at me weird because of my sexuality. Okay. And like in Mexico, it was very much just like it didn't matter at all. Just like cash. Like it's just like even like, los trabajadores, they were like, oh, buenas tardes, blah, blah, blah. Like they don't seem like you're trying to like, it's because some guys here, I feel like, I can see right away, like I'll just be like, hey, like, can I do this, blah, blah? And they'll like try to act a little bit more like masculine.
For real?
Like,
really?
Yeah, well, to kind of be like, hey, like, don't try it with me or like something like that.
You're like, I wasn't even going to. Estás horrible.
Yeah, like it's just, it's fucking annoying. And over there, I feel like everybody, like, especially the people who live there and like the trabajadores. Yeah. It's very casual. Like, they don't give a fuck. They'll like still joke around with us. Like, one of our friends there was like really muscular and shit. And they like saw him. They're like, oh shit. They're like, damn. But like, playfully and like knowing that he was gay and they didn't give a fuck about it, like it's very like just I don't know, I felt very safe and comfortable.
I love that. That's it sounds like it's such a good experience.
Yeah, so that's always like, and every time that I've been out there, it's always been a very similar experience. So that's why I was like, I like coming here. I
can't wait to go one day.
Ya estuvieras, ponte las pilas.
I know, it's because I'm dealing with some other stuff right now. But one day, Louie. But I think for my birthday too, I think I want to travel.
Oh, yeah, you
well, I can't fucking go really anywhere besides the U.S. I'm all caged. I'm like, but I want to go to Disney World.
I know. That sounds so... You've never been,
I've never been. You guys know I'm a big-ass Disney fanatic. Oh, I'm wearing my Disney bracelet.
I know. I saw it.
I'm a big-ass Disney fanatic, and I've never been to Disney World. I feel like just because I've always thought it was like difficult to plan it or just... Pero no van a ir mis hijos. Es para mí. I want to kind of go get the vibe and then... Because I think there's like 4 or 5 different parks.
Yeah, it's a huge.
Yeah. So I want to go and see which one's the vibe, and then I'll take my kids.
Yeah, I've been once very quickly. And just the castle itself, I was like, what?
Really? Like it's prettier?
It's huge compared to like ours.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's really
I want to go so bad.
Yeah, so I think it'll be really fun.
And I'm thinking of hiring a Disney travel agent.
Oh.
Because they'll just like plan everything. Because I love when my trips, like I like spontaneous things too, but I am more of the person that likes to have my dinner reservations, breakfast reservations. Like I know what I'm going to do for the day and like kind of have those vibes. Because then if I go like not having plans, I'll be like, oh man, like should have done that.
Yeah, like your whole trip just disappears in like a day.
Yeah. So I think I want to hire a travel agent. So if you guys know of any Disney travel agents, send it my way.
That'll be fun. I'm going with you.
No.
You're like, I said no kids.
No mocosos. If it's just me by myself, I'm like, just for one. No. Yeah, you should go with me.
I am. I don't care. Even
I
if
didn't
you don't
fucking
invite
ask
me,
you. No, I think it'd be like a Castro sister trip.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah. Like, pues ya que.
Cheers to more trips.
Yes.
Even if it's back to Watsonville.
We're all there for the weekend. When we traveled.
I'm going back to Watsonville.
Bitch, it's on me. That's the only place I could go. I'm like, I'm back, guys.
No.
Well, we didn't get to the fun fact of the day.
Oh, yeah. What's the dumbass fact of the day?
It's like so random, this one. But I was genuinely, it's kind of like a question towards you. But it's facts. That
so
I don't know if you
fact.
No. Just shut up. And let me tell you. Okay, so it's a question. And then I'll get into the facts.
Okay.
It's super random. Okay, so expect the most randomest shit. Do you know how long sperm?
Muffin Man?
Not the Muffin Man and sperm.
I know, I was like, wait.
Do you know how long sperm lives inside of a woman?
No, I'm gay. I don't care.
And this is why I wanted to ask you. I think it's like
a week.
A week?
Uh-huh.
Bitch, a month.
I knew it was something with one.
I'm just kidding, pendejo. Ay, todo dormido. I
know.
I wanted to ask him this because I know if you're like older, like moms probably know this because we got pregnant. But like if you've never had kids, I don't know if you know this, babe.
Wow.
But sperm can live in your body, the female body, for like up to 5 days. I know, it's kind of gross, huh?
Yeah.
But I don't know why I thought about that fact, but I wanted to share. But it's just like, be safe. Because what if you're not using protection right? And you know how, you probably don't know this, but women are fertile like for 2 days, mainly 1 day out of the 30-day span. The chances of us getting pregnant throughout the month are really hard unless you hit that one very fertile day.
What the?
Yeah.
A lot of lucky women, they're all getting pregnant.
Well, yeah, but that's the thing. So it's one specific day. It just depends when your fertile window is. But say you have sex like 2 days before, the cum will stay up there and it'll sleep in there till it's like, oh shit, it's the fertile day. And it'll like swim up there.
So it's still like alive?
It's alive and it's waiting for that fertile window. Yeah, this fun fact. So just in case, be safe if you're going to have unprotected sex. But
which we don't recommend.
We don't recommend. But I mean, like if you're trying to get pregnant or not trying to get pregnant, I don't know. But just be safe because it can be in there all dormidito and it's just like waiting for that window and it'll be, oh shit, run. And then
just put a hose and clean it.
Yep. Rinse them out.
You know what's funny, you guys? I know little to nothing about the female anatomy.
I know.
I'm gay and I don't really care for it.
No, I know. I can't remember last time I asked him something else and he's like, what? And I was like, oh my God. Like Louie has no idea.
Yeah, like all jokes aside, like straight up, I think because like I am gay, I never really cared to like know about the female anatomy because I knew I was never gonna use it.
See it, right? So,
I know.
Do you know how many holes we have?
Well, that's one of the ones that I just learned like not too long ago. Somebody told me you guys had like 9. All right.
Fuck you.
No, you guys have like 2, 3, counting your butthole. 3. Yeah.
It grosses so gross. Wait, you guys only have 2?
No, bitch, we have 4. Just kidding.
2 in the butt. 2 in the butt, 2 in the front.
No, yeah,
girls have 3 in case you didn't know. It's the butthole, the vagina, and the urethra. So in case you didn't know, it's so gross, poor Louie. But like we don't pee and bleed out of the same hole.
Yeah, I just found that out too.
He's all traumatized.
And there's like the one you have sex with is different than the regular one.
What do you mean the regular one?
Because like
the urethra is the only hole we use to pee. That's it.
Oh.
Yeah, the urethra is literally only to pee. That is it. And then the vagina, that's where we have sex and that's where the blood comes out. That's where the babies are born. Yeah.
I feel like I turn into like a kid when they're talking to me about like female anatomy because it grosses.
I bet.
Like it makes me feel like, like
I don't want to know.
But when I'm talking about like the male anatomy, I don't give a fuck. But like,
you're like, a ver.
Even you just saying the word vagina, like
the vagina.
I feel like that's a word you shouldn't be saying.
Bitch, we're all in sex ed. I'm like, the vagina.
I know.
Ooh, did you ever feel weird like growing up and using the proper words for like our body parts?
Not for boys.
So you're like penis? Like the penis. So like I know you're never gonna have kids or who knows, but you know you have to talk to them if you ever do decide to. You have to talk to them about anatomy. Are you gonna be like, so you have a penis? Or are you gonna be like, you're wee-wee?
Well, I don't. Well, like the way I do it now, I just don't let them have sex. Honey and Milky have never been around a mailman. I swear, you guys, my dogs.
They're lesbian.
Yes. I feel like my dogs. No, I feel my dogs have never been around like a male dog. Actually, yeah. When Jenny brought her niño.
Her niño.
What's his name? Niño.
Yeah, it just sounds funny. Her niño.
When she brought him around, like that was like one of the first male dogs, but he had a diaper on.
What they do? Oh, so they didn't.
So they couldn't see his wee wee.
And they probably couldn't even see his little butthole, so they didn't even know it was a guy, probably.
So they're like, what the?
What about Boba?
They've never met Boba. Because Boba still doesn't have his shots.
Almost, right?
Yeah, I
He's
think he should
done.
be almost like ready to go and be free in the world.
Yeah, because Parvo's like a whole ass.
Yeah, you guys got to take that shit serious.
Yeah, and it's like in chapters. Like it's not done all at once. It's like fucking 3 or 4 different vaccines. But yeah, take it serious, Parvo, because Parvo's fucking scary.
Yeah. So the closest thing I know to female anatomy is my dogs.
He's like, "Nyeh."
And they have their periods.
They both no, just Milky, no?
Not honey.
Oh,
I got her tubes tied.
Are you gonna tie Milky's too?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should.
A lot of people will be like, why don't you like have your dogs have like babies? And like I would, but because I'm not gonna keep the babies, there's no point in it.
Yeah, and they go through a lot, like when they give birth and
yes,
stuff.
I guess so.
Bad.
I feel so bad for like dogs when they have babies because like, well, one, I know dogs have feelings, and to think about like them having their babies and then their babies being gone, I'm like, dude, you cannot tell me that shit's not depressing.
Yeah, they're so depressed.
That's one. And then number 2, well, like my perritas are little, so like they're little partecitas. Like can't imagine it, like them giving birth and then taking away the kids.
And then us, like when we give birth, it's so painful. But like we get medication. Like I'll get the epidural, and I'm like, and I'll like Ella like just like pooped her out. But they don't get no meds or nothing. They're just like, you're fine,
and not
babe.
Only once, like twice, 3 or 4,
no,
5
luego a
times.
veces le salen our baby girl Ruby, dude. She had, I think, 2 liters. 2 liters
of dogs. Holy shit!
¿Cómo se llaman?
Litters. 2
Oh,
liters.
God damn. Well, she had puppies twice, and I think both times when she had like 6 and then 8 or something like that. Imagine.
Oh, and then it's hard, like finding the doggies a home, and like you get like attached to them.
Yeah.
And like, so I was like, I would only let them have kids if I was gonna keep them all, but like I'm not doing that because with 2 I'm already insane.
So hard, yeah.
Yeah, so that's when we get the tubes tied. Sorry, everyone.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do. Bella is already, her tubes are tied too, but I'm gonna do the same for Luna.
Yeah,
because Luna's annoying and she should not reproduce.
You're doing us a favor.
I know, I'm doing the world a favor.
Literally,
dude. My dog Luna's crazy, dude. She's a bully,
and she's like 5 breeds in one.
She's damn, I can't even remember. I don't know, but she's like a little dog. She's really cute.
She's not a Chihuahua.
She's not a Chihuahua. She's a what? She's a Cavalier.
A cavity,
basically. She's a Cavalier mixed with something else. And she's really pretty, but dude, she's so annoying. I bought her in the Callejones. I'll tell you that. She almost died from parvo.
Yeah.
Like she was literally on the verge. They were like, she might not make it tonight. But I paid in the Callejones, me costó, I think, $600.
I thought you paid like $50 for her.
No, I paid like,
bitch.
No, actually, I think I talked the guy down to like $500.
That's still insane at the Callejones.
Yeah, $500 for her.
Bitch.
But the worst part was that because she came with parvo, I saved her life, and the doctor charged me another $2,500 to save her life. But I literally could not let her die. What?
And what happened to her foot?
Oh, that's right. That wasn't my fault. I was recovering from my BBL. She was fresh, little puppy. And when they're puppies, their huesitos are like more sensitive. And I just remember, I think I was laying, we had BBL pillows everywhere. I was recovering from my second BBL. And Travis was playing with her, and he had a pillow, and he like, I'm not too sure exactly how it happened, but long story short, a pillow fell on her little leg and it broke her leg.
Yes.
So she was like,
the idea of anything breaking grosses me out so
we
bad.
had to take her to the doctor, and it was another $2,500. So pinche Luna at the end me costó like fucking $6,000. Pinche perro chafa. But I love her. But she's
mean.
She's really mean. Like she'll see my dog, Bella, and she'll go, and then she'll see Louie's dogs. And she's
I know. One time I thought they were gonna be like besties.
Yeah.
She all started beating them up.
I think she's just really jealous, like extremely jealous.
No, I think she's just been through a lot. So she's like angry with the world.
She hates everyone.
Yeah.
My poor Luna. 10 seconds on the clock. How many things can you name that are always growing? Your relationship, your skills, your customer base. How about businesses on Shopify? Shopify is a global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business. From the launch your online shop stage to the first real life store stage, all the way to the did we just hit a million orders stage, Shopify's there to help you grow. Shopify helps you turn browsers into buyers with the internet's best converting checkout, up to 36% better compared to other leading commerce platforms. And sell more with less effort thanks to Shopify Magic, your AI-powered all-star. My favorite thing about Shopify is that no matter how big you want your business to grow, they are going to help you to facilitate things and make it so much smoother to transition into whatever chapter it is that you're taking your business. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/pretty, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/pretty now to grow your business no matter what stage you're in. Shopify.com/pretty. But speaking about broken stuff,
What?
I wanted to.
You're
Broken. We were just gonna talk about our health.
All of Yoatzi's broken stuff.
All my broken stuff.
Yoatzi started talking to me about like some of the shit that she's like, because we talked about it a little bit in our previous episode. And then we were like, she was talking about all the stuff that's happened to her. And then I was like, well, nothing happened to me.
Yeah, stuff have happened to you.
No, you.
But I feel like out of the whole family, I've been the one that causes the most stress on people.
She
like,
was the guinea pig.
I don't know why, pero a mí siempre me pasa todo. Like, I'm always sick. I'm always dying, apparently. No. Pero me pasa todo. And it all started when I was 2 years old.
In 1968.
No, in 1996. Wait, 97.
You were born in 1990?
Oh, I was born in 95. 95.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
And you're 99.
No, bitch. Plus tax, I'm 20.
In the year 20. No, yeah, I was born in 1995. And so my mom told me that I was just your average girl growing up in Mexico, pero que era bien traviesa, and like a lot of things happened to me. And okay, so let me tell you the first story. Louie knows this one.
Be?
My middle finger.
If you guys are if you guys are grossed out the way that I am, be cautious because I get grossed out really easily.
And I'm going to get in depth. I'm going to get like in there.
Ugh.
Okay. Well, this is how my mom explained it because I don't remember fucking shit. And thank God. But, me acordé más cosas. But anyway, one day in Mexico, I was running and I guess my mom said that in my grandma's house, the houses or the doors are made out of like metal.
Yeah, I think it was like not
Aluminum.
I think she did say they're like fierro.
They're fierro. They're like metal doors. I don't know, but they're really heavy doors. And that I guess I was walking outside, and for whatever reason, I left my little manito.
Manito? No sabo. I left my manito. It's not your friend.
You know how
like,
my mom
manito.
calls her siblings manito? Hola, manito. Como I left my manito. I left Louie at the door. I left my hand en la puerta así. Don't laugh.
Mi manito. Okay. It's because now I make sure you leave me someone.
Ay, ahí en la pinche puerta.
Okay, go.
It'd be you. You're the manito. He's just kind of standing there on the door.
Okay.
Oh my God.
It's because you were so serious. I left my little manito.
I left my manito.
Okay.
Be nice. I left my mano. Oh,
stop.
Did you give him something? He's all high. He's like,
okay, you left your manito.
I left my
Just
hand
say you left
on
your
the
hand.
door. Y la pinche puerta se cerró con el aire. So it caught my middle finger because that was the only finger that was long enough. So it caught the tip of my left hand's middle finger. And basically I was like, ah! Like my mom went to go look and she said my middle finger, the tip was hanging off. And she's like, oh my God. So they rushed me, I guess, to the doctor. I don't even know how the fuck, but she carried me. The way she says it's so dramatic, but I'm pretty sure this is what happened. She says she carried me down the hill and I was just crying and my finger was all hanging off my hand. The tip, and then basically nomás they just sewed my finger back in,
throw up.
And I still have a scar of like my finger. But you know what's so funny? My finger never grew back normal, I guess.
What do you mean?
So right now you can't really tell because I'm like,
I know. They all screenshot it. Yoatzi was flipping us off.
I'm all mad at them. You can't tell because I have nails on, but look, you could kind of tell this finger's longer than the other one.
Which one's the bad one?
This one.
Why is it longer?
I don't know. It's just longer. Like, I don't know if they added some extra inches in there.
Some extra cartilage.
Ew. I don't know, but
so gross.
my finger is longer and it looks different. Like my nail looks longer too. When I don't have nails, it just looks fucking stupid. Like,
it's crazy how like, well, obviously that happened when you were like super little and like mocosa and you don't remember, but like if my mom would have never told you probably would have like gone your whole life just being like, oh, fine. Like, you would have never known.
Yeah, but my mom did tell me so. I always be like, oh, that's why I have like scars.
Yeah.
Ew, me dio cosa just looking at it right now.
I
have like scars on my finger, but very like you can't tell unless I like point it out to you and I tell you because my hand looks fine. But yeah, that was fucking gross. And I think honestly the doctors in Mexico did such a good job of putting my finger back because it looks fine. And then my mom used to joke around with me. She's like, oh no, that's not your finger. It's a donor's finger. My mom would joke and I was like, Mom, stop. And she's like, no, that's somebody else's finger. She'd like fuck around with me. But that's fucking gross.
Yeah, it's really gross. I feel like
that's nasty.
I'm very grossed out with like gory and like bloody and shit like that. So I feel like every time I think about like, well, for one, that happening, like I can picture her finger dingling. I'm like,
I literally can't. And it's crazy how like trauma works. I feel like my body and my brain were like, have you seen the movie Inside Out 2? Mm-hmm. You know how spoiler alert, you know how in the part they grab her memories, like, we don't need that one. And they throw it in the bag. Yeah. I feel like that's what's going on. My body remembers those memories. And it's like, let's just throw that one far back. Yeah. Because I don't remember like the pain or the event, like clueless. And I was about 2 years old. So si estaba chiquita.
A little bit older than Ella.
Or yeah, like Ella's dude, age. Like Ella. Oh my God. That's little. No wonder my fucking finger smashed off. Ella's little fingers are tiny.
Yeah, because like when you think about like just a dedo, you're gonna be like, bitch, how the fuck is it gonna cut off? But like when you think about like a
baby
like
dedo, that makes so much more sense.
So little and fragile. Because did you know? I should have done the fun fact. What? Did you know? Yeah, I'm pretty sure you know this one. That it's so easy to break your finger. It's the same thing as like biting into a carrot.
Oh, I heard that.
Like it's just that like
our brain stops us from eating our own finger.
Not eating it, just biting into it. I know, but it's like it's as that easy to bite into your finger the same way as it is to a carrot.
A ver, do it.
Bitch, like, let me see.
You bite the middle fingertip. I'll be like,
I know.
We match now.
That's so gross.
Okay, and then otra cosa que me pasó. I'm telling you guys, todo me pasa a mí. Also, when I was 2 years old, this is all before I came to the U.S. I don't know what the heck que me estaban dando de comer en Mexico. That made me a little crazy. But my mom said in Mexico, also in my grandma's house, I was upstairs. And she said that for whatever reason, I wanted to put on her boots.
Her boobs.
Her boobs. Me puse unos zapatos de mi mamá. I need to confirm the story, but this is what I remember. I put on some boots and I guess que había un cable like going down the stairs or no sé qué chingada madre. And I ended up tripping on the cable and I started rolling down the stairs. Y que abajo de las escaleras tenían una pecera. They had a fish tank full of fish. And that my fucking head hit the very fucking corner of the fish tank.
I don't remember that story.
And that it was all sharp. It was like, sing. So it just went all the sound effects. All killing zombies.
I know.
Yeah, so it just stabbed my fucking head. And then on my left side, igual que mi dedo, everything on the left side. Yeah. On my left side, on the top of my forehead, it's covered really good with my hair and like my hairline, but I have a scar, like a long white scar. Can you see it?
I remember being able to see when we were younger, but let me see now.
I feel like now you can't
see
it
at
all.
Oh, yeah, I can see it a little bit.
I'm like, you can't see? Yeah, you can. Right away. I know. It's just like a little white line. It's really hard to see. But basically, my whole head just cracked open. My whole head, bitch. I'm on dramatic.
They're like...
That little corner of my head just cracked open. And again, my mom was like, fuck. She just like went into a panic. And I guess she said that she went crazy crying out in the streets, calling the neighbors. And that one of the neighbors was like, get in my truck. So dramatic. But they drove me to the fucking hospital. And then the scary part was that my mom said que the doctor was like, we can't put her to sleep. Like, we have to fix this right now. So that the nurses just like pinned me down. And my mom was there. And then my mom and the nurses were all grabbing me. Y que así me cosieron bien pinche vivita. I was like,
oh my God.
That sounds so fucking horribly painful.
Yeah.
But again, my brain did such an amazing thing. And I don't remember it. Like, I don't remember none of it.
Wait, how old were you for that one?
The same year.
Bitch.
It happened in the same year.
Lucky too.
And no wonder I'm stupid and I don't remember anything.
Don't they say it's like the scary twos?
The terrible twos.
Andale, you were in your terrible twos.
I think so. And I 100% see that with Ella because they honestly have no fear.
Yeah, they don't.
Like,
that's how Ella is right now.
Ella doesn't give a shit about anything. Like, she'll see Travis jump. She will jump from a fucking couch. Se avienta. Like, my mom sent us a picture. She all got in the dog's cage. Just like, hello.
My mom was taking care of my dogs. And Ella went in there and she like closed it.
Like,
my mom was like, great.
Or she'll get inside my pantry. It's like a small room. She'll get in there with the lights off and she'll stay there. And she'll be like, mommy. And I'm like, dude, get out. Like, I feel like their sense of fear isn't all the way there.
Yeah, like the last time, I think my mom went over and like took her. And she left my car on and Ella took it. Imagine. She's like,
she's like, hi, Dewey.
No, yeah.
What'd she do then?
No, I was kidding.
Ay, pendejo. I really thought she all left.
No, I was
like,
kidding.
So what happened?
Like, so what really happened?
Guys, please comment down below and have Louie take care of Ella for a day for his
I
YouTube
told
channel.
Yoatzi that I really want to, but I just don't want to change her diapers. So that's why I will. Like, I want to like spend a day with Ella, but thinking about like her diaper, like I will throw up.
Oh, I think we'll be on call and just like that's
you're
like
gonna drive all the way there, just change her diaper.
Yeah, we'll stay in your area because I feel like it'll be a very funny video, and I've always wanted Louie just to see Louie what he would do. But according to Louie,
what?
He says that my kids are super well behaved when they are with him.
Yeah, very well behaved.
Really, compared to like when they're with me or my parents.
Yeah, but I feel like that's just like normal. Because like everybody gets like shook or whatever, but it's because I don't really watch them that much. So I feel like they're not super like comfortable with me in the way where like they think they can get away with everything.
I feel like they're just more respectful of his home and like him, and they know that they can't really fuck with him like that.
Because yo sí les doy sus regañadas.
So they're like, okay.
Like even Travis, when he stays with me, he's super like, I think it's cute. Like he asked me for permission for everything. Or he asked if he can have like a sweet or a candy. And if I say no, he doesn't. Or he'll like ask me for like my Switch. But just like everything's an ask. And
he doesn't just like do. Like, dude, he gets to my parents and he does whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah, and then with Ella too, like she'll be like throwing a tantrum with my parents. I'm like, Ella! I'll be like, Ella, wait! And she'll just be like,
and she'll
just stop. Like, but I think it's like same thing. Like, I mean, not to compare with my dogs, but like with my dogs, when they're at my house, they don't give a fuck. Like, I'll take Honey out for like 1 second. She'll bark all the time until I get her inside, or she'll go to the restroom wherever she wants. Like, she's just same thing with what's her name? All right,
bitch.
What's her name?
Milky. Milka.
So thing with Milky, like with me, they're very much like I'll do whatever I want, and when they're with my mom, they don't act like that. Like my mom's like, with me, they're angels. I'm like, because they know they can't get away with everything.
Yes, and my dogs too. When they go to my mom's, like my mom will literally watch all of our animals and kids, and well, except my kids, they're still horrible at my mom's, but the dogs are like really well behaved at my mom's. It's just her magic touch. She's like, she sprinkles it.
But definitely want to take care of the kids, but I'm not changing any diapers.
No, you definitely have to take care. Actually, I think I told you this last time. I'm on my way to potty training her.
When she's potty trained, she can come with Yoatzi.
Yes, I'm going to potty train her. I want to make it a goal of mine before like the end of August. I think I can do it.
It'll be my birthday present.
I'm like, here you go, have her.
For real.
No, I just have to focus because when they potty train, it's just pee and poop mess everywhere. So it's like a rough 2 weeks, but I feel like once you get through the 2 weeks, it's a piece of cake. So I'm going to do it.
So we'll keep you guys updated if I'm going to be a father.
For a day. Oh, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, I never had any like traumatic experiences like Yoatzi like that. The one that I can remember though is when I got my leg stabbed.
What do you mean?
I was stabbed as a kid.
By me, I was like,
I know.
What do you mean?
It was horrible. Nah, just kidding.
Who stabbed
No, I
you?
was. This is how bad our school was. Yeah, no, I mean, I just feel like I feel like I'm always shitting on like teachers from Watsonville.
Yeah.
But like
I was on a teacher that stabbed him.
For real. She's like, shut up. Right. No, but I feel like they just didn't take matters into their own hands. They didn't take care of it the way that it was supposed to be. But I remember when I was like in elementary school, me and this guy were like playing. I don't even know what the fuck we were playing, but I think we were both being like llevaditos or something. And he took it too far where like he grabbed a pencil and he like sharpened it. And then he went.
Not him actually like sharpening it.
I don't know what I mean, I was obviously done like on purpose. I feel like it was done on purpose, but he didn't think it was going to be as bad as it was. Like, he was my friend, Aaron.
I was not a friend.
No, because he, like, I would always play with him and stuff, but, like, he's never done anything like that. But I think he didn't think what happened was going to happen. All right, when I'm all trying to save his ass. But basically, he sharpened his pencil and he stabbed my leg.
Which
my
one?
Thigh. My right.
Bitch, ¿por qué estás todo seco de la pierna?
I am hella seco. Do you have crema?
No.
Look.
Oh, ashy.
Well, that's what happens when you tan.
Oh, bitch.
Now you can see when my piernas are all ashy.
Ew. But where did he stab you?
Somewhere in my leg.
Do you still have the lead?
I don't remember if it was my right leg or my left leg, but you can definitely still see it. But basically, okay, so he stabbed my leg.
Oh, and, casual?
I know.
He stabbed my leg.
And it fucking hurt like immediately. And as soon as like it happened, I remember I looked and you can see the piece of lead inside of my leg.
Oh my god.
And I was like, ah. And then teacher called the principal. The principal called us both into the office. And then I was like, we go to the hospital. And she was like, no. So then this dumbass bitch principal from NTY back in 19. I just kidding.
Oh, vieja.
She knows who she is. I literally was like crying that I wanted to call my parents and I wanted to go to the hospital because the whole big ass piece of lead was in my fucking leg and it was hurting. And I just remember feeling a lot of pressure, but she wanted to sit us down and talk about what happened as my leg is
stupid
bleeding.
Bitch.
My leg is literally bleeding.
Are you fucking kidding?
And she's like, what happened? I was like, oh, my parents. And she was like, no. And she was basically like talking to both of us about what happened and then why he did that. It was just like a long as unnecessary conversation.
Oh my God.
And what's it called? I was telling her like the lead was still in like my leg, and she honestly could care less. So then they finally let me call my parents. I call my dad. My dad rushes to the school, and I'm really glad because my dad's always the one to like keep the peace, and he like doesn't do anything. But he told her off.
I'm glad.
I was like, thank God. He was like. He's like, how long till this happened? And I told my dad, I was like, it's been like over an hour. And then my dad starts like telling her shit. He's like, you kept him with lead in his leg for over an hour and didn't think to call me. She's like, it's because we had to resolve it. He's like, what?
Bitch,
he's like,
resolve it after, you dumbass.
He's like, what the fuck do you have to resolve while my son is bleeding and there's lead inside of his leg? And like, you can see it. God. Oh, I just remember it looked so gross, you guys. So like, you could see like it was a deep hole. And there was a bump on my leg because of where the lead was. And then you can see where the lead entered, but it wasn't even to the point where you could like squeeze it out. It was just like in there. And it was so...
So you still have it in you?
No. So then after that, they took me to the hospital. And then it was so far in there that they couldn't like poke it out. And then my leg had already swollen because it was over an hour. And I was bleeding a lot. Oh. So the hospital ended up numbing my leg.
Okay, good.
It'll do that. That injection to numb my leg hurt so bad.
Yes, the ones con la anestesia, whatever they put.
Why the fuck do they hurt so much? It
burns so much. Like anytime I get anything done or like not just like filler and shit like that, but like vaccines and stuff that they numb you, fuck, dude, that shit burns.
I don't know why.
I don't know what it is. I forget what it's called, but it literally burns as it's going in, like the liquid and shit.
And the only way to like make it worth it, at least for me, well, not at the time, but like now, I'll just be like, just know that this is the most pain you're gonna feel throughout this whole thing.
Yeah, that's what I say too.
But yes, I remember she was like, it's gonna burn, blah blah, and I was like, it's just a regular injection. Well, because I was little, I'd never like gotten that shit before, and I remember she put it, and I was like, no. Like, I got fucking another lead in my leg.
Oh, at least you got it out though.
Yeah, I just remember she was like, if you feel anything, let me know. She's like, see. And she starts cutting like pieces off my leg.
You just feel pressure, huh?
Yeah, and then I just remember feeling her fingers. That's it. But then she shows me, and it was like the piece of lead that they took out, and then the pieces of carne that they ripped out.
The carne.
Yeah, and I still have. I don't remember what fucking leg it is.
I want to see.
Oh, look, it's right here.
Oh shit!
Do you see that?
Oh yeah, it's tiny.
Yeah, but it's like a black dot. Ew, I'm so ashy.
Hold on.
Like, do you see it?
Oh yeah. He has like a little scar.
Yeah, I'll try to show him.
No se ve nada.
I know. Yeah, it's like a little scar.
Pinche escuincle baboso. You know what? He's probably a serial killer now.
Bitch.
You know how they say, it's because I watch a lot of crime documentaries. Maybe one day we could do a podcast on all the crime docu-series and shit like that. I love that shit. But you know how kids who showed signs of like aggression growing up or like killing animals at young ages and like stuff like that, just abnormal activity, would grow up to be serial killers.
I don't mean to be part of that demographic, but he did end up going to jail down the road.
Oh my God, yeah? Really?
Yeah.
But not for like killing anyone?
Almost.
Ya ves? Signs of aggression from growing up.
He robbed, I'm not going to say too many dudes because I don't want people to find him. But he ended up robbing like a store at gunpoint.
I know, mames.
Yeah,
you see, you guys, signs of aggression from like a young age because like a normal kid would not fucking stab someone. I know, knock on wood.
So if you guys see something like that, then maybe it is a sign to take him more serious. I mean, I was all trying to save his ass.
Yeah, no.
Like, he didn't do it on purpose. They pretty good.
No, those
But
are
yeah.
like, I feel like deep signs of like aggression that you should watch
I
out
know,
for.
I didn't think about that. And then like right now that you were saying that, like I made a correlation. I was like, oh yeah, he ended up going to, and I think more than once. Once was for like stealing at gunpoint. I forgot what the other one was.
Isn't it crazy how like his story and a bunch of others out there, like that's just who they are. And I mean, I'm sure he was a good person. Yeah. But like he started showing signs of aggression. Because like if he did that to you and you were his friend, I'm sure he had other signs of aggression or just other weird signs. Yeah. But like desde chiquitos ya tienen, like they already have embedded like who they are as like a person from like a young age.
Well, like if they don't get the help that they need.
Right. Yeah, if they don't get the help that.
To like better guidance.
You think that stuff helps though?
Yeah, because I think it definitely is. You're a product of your environment. Yeah, you're a product of your environment. I know.
Quiet.
You're a product of your.
He leaves the face into the black.
Yeah, I definitely think you're like a product of your like environment because his family was all like that kind of like they were all kind of like troublemakers,
gang
and
members.
his older brother was into that, and that's what I was saying because he was always super nice to me. He was really like nice, and like even when we were all playing stuff, like he was really friendly, but he always had like that side of him. So I always feel like there's always a way to guide someone into doing better, but sometimes when you're like raised in those places, like it doesn't look as bad to them how it does to us, because for them it's like more casual, it's like normal.
Not normal, but it's just how they grew up, the situation that they grew up.
Yeah, so I think it's definitely like you're able to turn someone's I don't know, life around, but it's probably a lot harder. You know what else I remember about you growing up a lot that has to do with your health? Too. Your fucking nosebleeds. Oh, yeah, my nosebleeds.
Oh, my gosh. Louie, well, I don't know if you want me to. Never mind. I'm not going to say it.
What?
Should I say it?
What?
You were anemic.
I just kidding. I was like, I was 11.
Bitch.
I basically was.
You were anemic.
Yeah, I still don't know what that means, but I was.
You don't know what that means?
What is it that my like iron was low?
I don't know either.
Oh, okay.
I'm just kidding. No, yeah. Anemic. So basically, from what I know, I'm gonna spell the T on Louie. Sorry, I don't care. For views. My mom had some anemia when she was pregnant, and it's very, very common in pregnancies to be anemic because the babies steal all of our iron.
Oh.
But because they need it for them, so we have to supplement ourselves with more iron so that we have enough for the baby and enough for us. But my mom just had like a really strong iron deficiency. Yeah. So she was anemic, and because of it, you were born anemic. So you were anemic for a while, but I always remember pobrecito Louie, like growing up. I don't like this. I remember, but not me cutting my head open. But my mom would always make him frijolitos and like lentils and make sure he always ate them.
She would make me drink iron.
Yes.
I was like,
the doctor would give him iron. Y pobrecito, my mom, I remember just the cucharadas of the yellow dark liquid. And Louie would be like, she'd be like, drink apple juice. And he's like,
it was so gross.
Yeah, but thankfully my mom was on it and se le quitó.
Yeah.
His anemia. Because my mom was so worried because like anemia can turn into leukemia. And then that's basically like cancer.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah, anemia, it's like pretty bad.
I just thought you would have like anemia forever.
No, bitch.
Oh my God, that's scary.
It's like bad.
Thanks, Mom.
So my mom was like, we need to fix this problem. And they were like, yeah, it's fixable. You just have to make sure he's like good with his iron levels. But yeah, basically when you're anemic, you just have low iron, and that just causes you to like bruise really easily. Like anemic people, you're usually like really tired. You don't have a lot of energy in your body because I think also you might not be producing enough blood.
Well, then why would I bleed all the time?
That I'm not too sure.
Well, I don't know. I just remember you guys. Yeah, I don't remember why, but I just remember as a kid, I would constantly be bleeding through like my nose. My nose was super sensitive, and like even if I would like blow my nose a little too hard, it would be like constant, like just nonstop
gushing, or like if it was too hot outside, gushing.
My parents would get like worried because like I'd be sitting in the car and then it was just like, and it would come out like water. Like it wasn't even like, I feel like now like, for anyone who gets like a bloody nose, like you start feeling it and then you're like, oh shit, like I'm bleeding. But like for me, it was literally something as like if like sweat, it was just like come down so easily. Like, and I would bleed I would bleed like in school, like everybody already knew. Like if it was hot, people would be like, you bleeding.
Louie would always come back home from school with like his shirts all bloody.
Yes, me and like toilet paper were like besties. Like I always had toilet paper up my nose. And it was through both noses. I would just bleed so easily. Or if like anybody did hit me, like the slightest bit, I would start bleeding. I would bleed like heat. And then I would get really lightheaded. I would bleed like if somebody hit me. I would bleed if like if I were to blow my nose. If I wanted to like fucking poke my nose a little bit and go like this, I was like,
dude.
So like,
and his nosebleeds were really like, I would panic.
Horrible.
Because as like you're growing up, you're not used to seeing that much blood, and he would literally sometimes bleed out clots. Like I remember like clots, and I'd be like, he's dying. I'd be like, today's the day Louie's gonna die of a nosebleed.
And it wasn't even like, guys, and it was for a long periodically times. Like it wasn't even like, oh, he's bleeding for like 2 minutes. No, I would sit and like be bleeding for like fucking 10 minutes at a time.
And I remember they'd be like, don't tilt his head back, he's gonna choke on his own blood. Like fuck, dude.
And then I'd start coughing blood.
Like, it was a scary time. But then I also remember we took you to the doctor once, and I don't know if you remember, but the doctor literally got ¿cómo se llama? The fire lighter, thing, a lighter, and they burned one of his little veins.
That happened. I want to say I did that like 8 times in my
Really?
lifetime.
They did it that many times?
So many times. I don't know what it's called, you guys, but it's super painful. They would try to like what is it?
Cauterize?
Yeah. That's what it's something. They burn where they stop bleeding, and they would burn like the little nerve in my nose, and it was on both nostrils. It wasn't even just one. And it would fucking hurt like a. And it started when I was like really little, but like it's literally fire, like
a burn. And my mom, I remember the first time he got it done, my mom said he didn't even cry, that he was so brave, that his eyes were just like, I can't get the memory out of my head, but that his eyes just got a little watery. But my mom was like, he didn't cry, he was so brave. I was like, what the fuck? I would have cried.
And then I started crying. All right.
And then after you cried.
It would happen so much, you guys, because like if you would fuck it up, then, or like I remember one time somebody hit me in the nose with like a ball or something, so I fucked it up, so I had to go back and they did it. I think the last one I remember, it was probably the most painful one. It wasn't with a lighter anymore or anything like that. It was like some sort of powder, something. They would put it in your nose and would turn your whole nose into like cement.
What?
And it would burn. Like I felt it like, it was like something really instant and quick, but my nose was clogged, and they're like, don't touch your nose, don't poke your nose, and don't like even like try to like clean it. So my whole nose was like piedras almost, and I couldn't clean it or blow my nose or nothing, and my nose was like stuffed and dry, like as dry. Like think about if you had like what is it called? If you were like mocoso, and all your fucking mocos like froze up, but like just like bad.
All doodles.
Yeah, and it fucking hurt, and I just had to wait for them to slowly like fall off, or I don't know what it was, and that one was the most painful one that I remember. And then I think that was the last time they ever did it, but
that was a long time ago.
And you know what's funny? Yeah, it was a long time ago. What's funny is like recently I was in when I was in Mexico recently, I was filming, and I ran into Dallas, and his elbow was out, and I accidentally hit it, and I was filming it. And in my head, I was like, please, please, please don't let this. Like, I got scared. Like, I remembered that. And I was like, please don't let this fuck up, like, whatever vein or whatever it was, and cause me to go through that again. And it hurt so bad. Like, I knew it was going to hurt. I mean, I knew I was going to bleed. Like, I was just certain of it, but I didn't bleed. So I was like, yay.
Oh, my God. And you haven't had a nosebleed in, like, a long time, huh?
No.
Let's knock on wood, babes.
Yeah, no.
That was scary.
I haven't been that was
That's really scary. But other than that, I feel like Louie has never had any health issues. Thank you, Diosito. But yeah, I've had quite a few. I want to get into another one, but this one is kind of like very intense.
Bovarium.
But what is that?
I don't know. It just sounded like very.
Very deep. And I don't know if I've talked about this. I feel like we kind of have, but not really.
Which one?
My big health scare.
Oh, I just remember we were always in the hospital.
That was scary.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
And to tell you that it happened because of a nosebleed. Or that's how I found out. Okay, so let me tell you. Back in 2014, Yoatzi was hanging out. That's all the story. I was hanging out with a friend, and we were kind of like rough playing a little bit, like laughing. Mm-hmm. And my friend me dio un putazo en la nariz también, just like Dose. Pero me dio un putazo en la nariz. And I was like, ah! But it was nothing crazy. I just remember I bled like very lightly, like nothing crazy. I was just like, that fucking hurt, but whatever. Got on with my day. I went to sleep. And then I woke up with my mouth full of blood.
What the fuck?
Like I woke up and I was like, what the fuck is that taste? And I was like, oh my God. And I remember just like looking at my mouth, and my mouth had blood. And I was like, oh, what's going on? So I remember I go to the bathroom. I like just open my mouth, and my teeth are all red. Like there's just blood in there. And I'm like, I'm all speeding. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I start examining my mouth, and in the back of my throat is a ball like the size of a grape. And it was a blood clot, but it was just dangling on there. It was just hanging there. So disgusting. Yeah. And I didn't know what it was. So I was fucking, let me see. I was right out of high school. So I was probably like I was 18 already, I think. But I was still living with my parents. And I just started crying like, Mom! I was like, I'm choking.
Because you had blood all over your mouth.
And I could feel it. Like every time I would talk, the little ball would like move. So I was like, I'm choking. So I told my parents, and then my parents were like, no seas pinche dramática. And I was like, look. I all showed them, and they're like, what the fuck is that? So they were just like, that's fucking disgusting. And they're like, let's go take you to the doctor. So we went to doctors on duty.
I remember.
And that was like urgent care back at home. So we went to doctors on duty, and the doctor that was there just checked me, and she was like, I don't know what that is. And I was like, what do you mean? I was literally crying the whole time because I was so scared. I was like, I don't know what's happening to me. And they were just like checking me out, and the doctor was just like, okay, I don't want to scare you, but you need to go to the hospital because I don't know what this is, and it's fucking gross. And my mouth, think about like the whole time my mouth was just full of blood still because of this fucking clot. So I ended up going to the hospital, and I had no other symptoms. I literally had nothing else besides that. And they were like, they saw it, and they were also like, what the fuck is that? It's disgusting. So they ended up running blood work on me. And I just remember the doctor. He was a hot ass doctor. But
hey, that's all you remember.
He comes into the room, and he's just like, do you know what platelets are? And I was like, no. And then he was like, well, your platelets are like surprisingly very, very low. And I was like, okay, what does that mean? And then he was like, your platelets are basically what is in charge of like clogging up your body. Like, so example, if you cut any part of your body, your skin, you have a little cut, your platelets go to the rescue, and they basically like, let's fix this. And they clot you up, and then it turns into like a scab, and then you're all healed. And he was like, your platelets, like say out of 100, they should be at like from the normal range is from like 90 to 100, 85 to 100. That's normal. I had like 2 platelets out of like 100. The way that he explained it to me, he's like, you're really fucking low on platelets. You're like at a 10. And I was like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm not sure what happened. Like tell me what happened. And I told him I was with a friend. Like, the only thing I remember was I got hit in the nose, and he said that I got like hit in the nose and it caused a nosebleed. And basically I went to sleep because that happened at night, and my nose just kept bleeding throughout the night.
Because your platelets couldn't fix it.
Yeah, it basically never clogged up, and it just formed a blood clot. And there was just like a blood clot chilling in the back of my throat. Like if anything,
that's what stopped the blood.
Yeah.
Because it was just.
Because it was, se hizo mucho, so se hizo en una bola. And I was like, what the fuck? And then he was like, yeah. He's like, thankfully, we know that that's going on and you're here because he said that like if anything bad would have happened, like say I would have gone into a car accident or I would have like fallen and really, really hurt myself and injured myself, I could have bled to death.
Oh shit.
Because I didn't have the ability to stop bleeding.
Yeah.
So he was like, I'm really glad that we figured out that that's happening because we can give you platelets. Like they inject you with platelets just in case. So I stayed in the doctor for a while and yeah, they gave me platelets to like help. And then he was like, that blood clot will just fall out on its own. And when it does, just like, you know, get rid of it. And it did. But then they took me to a specialist because they were like, that's not normal. We need to figure out what the fuck is going on with you. So I went to a blood doctor and she just kind of kept me on watch for the next couple months to see what the fuck was wrong with me. But it was really annoying because they didn't know what was causing me to lose my platelets because that's not normal. You shouldn't be losing platelets. Like they should always be kind of reproducing. But my body they couldn't figure it out. They're like, why the fuck don't you have any? So they had me going to the doctor. I remember I was in Cabrillo College and I had to be going every Tuesday after class. I would have to go to Dominican Hospital in Santa Cruz and get my blood drawn every single week. So for a long time on my arms, I had a bunch of dots all over because they were literally drawing blood sometimes twice a week, just depended what my doctor needed. And it was very, very tedious. Yeah, and it sucked. It literally took up so much of my time. But this also goes back to why people on the internet troll me and always say that I have like a big face or like no face. But I feel like that really changed my face shape because I was on steroids. They put me on steroids, daily steroids. They're not supposed to be meant for the rest of your life, but they put me on steroids to basically make my body produce platelets because I could not go living my life normally with having a low platelet count.
At this point, they were just like literally take care of her because if anything happens, she's fucked.
Yeah. So they were giving me platelets and the long-term effects of using platelets like prednisone, that's what I was on. One of the side effects is literally moon face. Like your face will swell up and you will have a really big face. And I deleted all of the pictures of that year of 2014.
Yeah.
If you go back, I don't think you can find any pictures of me from 2014. I just have one picture, but my face was ginormous. I remember one time at work, because I was at Kmart, one of my friends was just like, I don't mean to like be rude, but like, why did your face like get like that? And I was like,
mood, you should have been like,
bitch. And I was just like, I'm really sick. And I was like, and I'm on medication. And they were like, oh, like, I'm really sorry. I was like, yeah, I'm really sick. But yeah, it was really fucking scary until my doctor, she was a really good doctor. And she ended up doing more blood tests. I don't remember how she found out. But basically, my spleen, every person has a spleen. My stupid spleen thought that my platelets were like a virus and your spleen is made to protect you and boost your immune system and basically kill any like viruses and stuff like that. But my spleen thought that my platelets were bad.
Oh, shit.
So it was eating them. Literally how she explained to them, my spleen was just eating all my platelets and it wasn't leaving any platelets for my body to like heal itself. Yeah. So she was like, the best bet for you is to get your spleen out. Oh, and she was like, hopefully that fixes the issue. And it was like a hopefully. She's like, but it's your best bet because you can't be on these steroids for such a long time because they cause headaches. They cause your bones to get weaker. Like there's so many bad side effects. And I remember crying to her and be like, I can't keep having my face like this. And I was like, my beauty is everything and I take pride in my beauty. And I was like, my face is huge. I look like a fucking balloon. So she was like, okay, the next step is surgery. So I ended up getting my spleen removed.
Wait, but we don't need our spleens?
You do, but you won't die like without it.
Oh.
So there's like things that you have to do after your splenectomy. So right before we took out my spleen, I had to get a bunch of different vaccines to help my body just because we were going to lose like an organ that helps your immune system. So I got like a tuberculosis vaccine. I got so many vaccines, bitch, like crazy amount of vaccines just to make sure. And I actually have to go back to the doctor to get my like double dose of those vaccines because my body can't protect itself the way that like your guys's can. Yeah. But Yeah. So that was really, really scary. And I was scared because I was like, what the fuck? Am I going to die without a spleen? But she's like, you'll be fine. Like, we're just going to keep taking care of you and all this stuff. And then, yeah, I went to the hospital. I got my spleen out. I remember I stayed in the hospital for like 3 days. I was at Stanford Hospital. They left me there for like 3 days. It was really scary because I had never gotten surgery prior. Yeah. So I remember I was really scared. I was like, I'm going to die here. And I was like, bitch. Like, no, you're not. You're in really good hands. And that's why in my tummy, I have like, I don't think you can see them as much anymore, but I have 3 little scars because they did a laparoscopic splenectomy. So they were able to go in there with little tools and like take it out. But thankfully, after that, my platelets kind of have been normal ever since then. So it was my stupid, dumbass spleen that was eating them. But yeah, like I said, I just had to continue like taking care of myself. And then my face just started slowly swelling down. But I feel like my face shape never kind of went back to the way it was. It just always left me with like swollenness in my cheeks, I guess. That's why I got my buccal fat removed.
Yeah, I just remember like when we were like younger, you were in the hospital for like the longest time. And I was only like 14, maybe
you were
15.
Young.
So I didn't really understand why she was there. I just remember she had to get surgery and I was like scared. And I remember her saying she was on steroids and everything. I was like, what?
What do you mean? And you know what was really so scary. Annoying? So after it takes a while for your body to get used to you not having a vital organ, like a spleen. So my body was like, what the fuck, bitch? So after my splenectomy, I was sick like every week. Yeah,
I remember that.
I was getting colds all the time. I was getting fevers. And when you have a spleen, a fever is like really, really dangerous. Even now, thankfully, I don't really get fevers like that anymore. Thank the Lord. But back in the day, bitch, they were like, the moment you have a fever that's over 100, rush to the hospital because it might be a really bad infection that we don't know about. You don't have a spleen.
Yeah.
So I was literally living in a hospital for like a year and a half, 2 years. And the first thing when I would get there is like, I have a fever and I don't have a spleen. It like became routine.
And then I would always joke about that. I was like, she doesn't have a spleen.
Andrea too. They'd be like, we'd like go, like say we're going on a ride. You can't go on that ride. You don't have a spleen. And I was like, bitch. Yeah. But to this day, Andrea was like, but you don't have a spleen. Yeah. And I was like, fuck you. But yeah, it was like a really annoying, rough 2 years. But thankfully after that, I have been doing really, really good. And then I did also have a really bad scare with COVID.
Oh, that's right.
Oh my God, dude. When COVID was happening, I did not want to fucking leave my house because I was like, I don't have a spleen. Yeah. And because COVID was so new, I would look up online and I would do research on like what a person without a spleen, like, can I die from COVID? Because I didn't know. And there was no answers online because it was so fresh. Yeah. And they're like, we don't know. We'll have to see. So I was like really, really scared. And I remember I called a doctor once and they were like, you should be okay, but just take like the normal precautions and try not to be around people.
Especially because one of the symptoms is like fevers. And they're like, if you ever get a fever, like,
yeah,
it's really bad.
Yeah. So that was really, really scary. But now, thankfully, like I have gotten sick and maybe I've gotten fevers like twice, but nothing too serious. It's like light fevers.
Yeah.
But to this day, if I get like a high fever, I have to like rush to the hospital just to make sure it's not like a crazy infection and shit. And then I remember when I got my BBL with my doctor, I told him, I was like, I don't have a spleen. So he was like, okay. He checked my platelets. Like, your platelets are really good, but he gave me like an extra dose of platelets just in case. So like, we're an order of platelets for this dumb bitch that might die on the table.
I didn't even think about that. Like,
yeah.
For your BBL.
Yeah, because I think that was what I was most scared about. And I told my doctor, Shocker, I was like, am I going to die? I don't have spleen. I don't have platelets. No, I do have platelets. So he's like, no, you're good. But yeah, that was my life story. And I'm alive now.
Yeah, that was scary. I've never been through something like that.
And you want to know something scarier that's kind of supernatural?
What?
I don't know if I ever told you this.
What?
But when I was, let me see, what is 18 minus 7? 11?
Yes.
Okay. I'm all testing you.
I know. I was like, that was easy.
When I was 11 years old, you remember how we used to live in Jefferson and right next to us lived our friends, Gabby and Mickey. Uh-huh. So they were there. And I was about to go to my friend Gabby's house. And I was about to go. I think I was going to go pick up like a straightener or something from her house because we were 11 years old. But I wanted to get my hair done. So I was going to go to her house. It was like maybe like a 20, 30 step little walk. some scary ass car pulled up right next to me, and there was a señor, like a younger señor, but he wasn't all the way there. He looked like he was like high or drunk or whatever. But I remember he stopped right in front of me and he looked at me and he was like, 7 years.
Oh, I remember that.
Bitch, all scary. And I was like, huh?
I remember
and
that.
I was just like staring at him like, what? And he was like, 7 years. And I was like, ah. And I went back to my mom's house and I was like, bitch. And I started like kind of, I was like inner panicking. And I remember ever since that night, I was like, what's 7 years from now? And I counted and I was like, 18. And I was like, does that mean I'm going to die when I'm 18? And I kind of made that correlation. I was like, I think something bad is going to happen to me when I'm 18 or I'm going to die when I'm 18. So can you believe from 11 years old till the time I was 18, I had that scary ass thought in my brain. Yeah. And a lot of times I wouldn't let it get to me, but it was really, really scary. And that night when I was in the hospital with the clot in my throat, I remember telling my mom because I was so scared. And I was like, Mommy, I need to tell you something. And I told her about the señor. I was like, when I was 11, some señor approached me and told me 7 years. So I'm just letting you know, I always thought that something really scary is going to happen to me when I'm 18 or I might die. And I remember my mom started crying. Bitch. She's like, what do you mean? And I was like, I don't know. And now I'm here. So I'm kind of spooked because I was 18 years old when it happened to me.
So you just kind of saw it as like
yeah, and I was like, oh my God, something is happening to me. Like literally my whole teenage years, nada me pasó, and I turned 18 and something happens. I was like, great, I'm dying here.
That's really scary, especially because there was something like that where like, well, luckily it was just like a little fight, but if it was something more serious.
It was more serious. And when I was first going to the doctor, to the pathologist, the blood doctor, it was a lot of like cancer clinics. So I thought too, I was like, what if I have cancer? Like I was so fucking scared for my life. But thankfully, Diosito and the doctors and took really good care of me. And now I'm here.
Now she's on crack.
Without a spleen, but I'm here.
Yeah, that's really scary. I can't top that.
Wow, ustedes no les pasa nada. Qué bueno, qué bueno, qué bueno. But that was really, really scary. You think so?
Yeah.
Even in health and sickness or in health.
Yeah, I feel like she definitely... Well, I mean, nobody could have done anything about her spleen, but for all the other things that happened to her, I feel like she was my parents' first kid. And also first kid in the whole family, like on my parents' and my mom's side. Yeah. So I feel like everybody was just like, you get her, you get her.
And there were the things that happened to me when I was really young, there were accidents. And like Louie said, the spleen thing, that was like nobody's fault. That's just kind of unfortunately what happened. But it's like a mind fuck when you think about how many things are in your body. Oh my God. And how like something can go wrong like out of nowhere. Yeah. Because our body has like so many functions and like so many things. What if something goes wrong?
Yeah, health is really scary. So it's important to get your yearly checkup.
When's the last time you got a checkup?
I don't remember. Oh yeah,
bitch.
I don't remember, but I definitely have to go get a checkup.
Yeah, I feel like we put it to the side, especially because we're not sick or anything.
Yeah, because you feel fine, but that doesn't always mean you are fine.
We are fine. No, we're all healthy, but the last time I was in the doctor was when I had Ella. And then Alex is all getting me pregnant again.
Alex all pregnant?
Bitch. Alex is the pregnant one. So guys.
No, yes. Maybe there's a reminder for us to go get checked up. Because I'm using this as a reminder.
I just went to the doctor to get STD check.
That's not the same thing.
Yeah, it is. I'm just kidding. No, it's not. But make sure you get your STD, STI checks often too. Is it like every 6 months, every year?
I don't know.
Lisa, I'll go for. I'm just kidding.
Like I've been with the same person.
Yeah, just in case.
No, even then.
You never know.
Yeah, you never know.
I just did. It's like an annual yearly thing just to make sure you're thriving.
Yeah. So that was the purpose of this episode. All right. Go get checked.
Go get checked.
No, yeah, because there could always be underlying. I think that's why I'm scared to go get checked, because I feel like there's always the possibility of something that's like under.
Nah, you're fine.
No cierto.
You're gonna walk in there and they're gonna be like, sir, you are very swollen from your buttocks.
I'm like, you got 2 bee stings. Imagine I do.
No, they're like, we have to figure out what's going on. Like, nope, it's just bee stings.
Is that something I have to tell when I go get a checkup?
No, you don't.
You have to tell them about cosmetic surgeries?
Sometimes they'll tell you, like, if you're going to get a procedure done or like something, Like, have you had any surgeries in the past, like, 2 years? That's, like,
just
kind
cosmetic.
Yeah, just cosmetic surgeries. And sometimes I'll be like, what was it? Just for our records.
They're like, can we see it?
Like, you give us a little demonstration. It's like, can I feel it for my doctor purposes?
Super random side note, but I feel like every time I go to, like, a club or something and
they check your butt,
security has to pat me down, they always grab my butt.
Shut up.
And I'm not the only one who notices it. But I feel like because it's kind of like, I think now there's definitely a lot more guys with BBLs.
Yeah.
But
they don't want to check if it's real.
Well, they don't know if I have something in there. Yeah, it's not just because they're like, damn, let me grab that.
Oh, that's why I thought that's why.
No, man.
All the security guards.
No, I think they just want to make sure that I don't have something weird in there. Because, I mean, a guy with fucking big old butt, it's kind of random. And then they'll always be like,
I feel spanking and jiggling. What about at the hospital, bitch? The airport?
No, I don't think I've ever gotten.
They're like beep beep beep. They're all checking you with the scanner.
Never alarmed anybody.
Oh my god! Do you want to know some tea? I got some tea for you.
What?
Before we end this episode, because it's good tea. You know how we just went to a party like last week?
Yes.
Okay, I was talking to one of my friends, and some fucking dude grabbed my ass.
Big.
Like in the middle of a convo. I was having a convo with my friend. And some baboso estúpido grabbed my ass. And he literally like spanked it. And I was like, oh, I immediately turned around because I was like, who the fuck? And there was just like 3 dudes behind me. And I like shoved one of the dudes. I was like, did you just fucking grab my ass right now? And he's like, nah, bro. If I would have smacked your ass, I would have grabbed that shit too. Ew, and I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, okay, well, first of all, it's not this dumb fuck. And I was like, because he probably would have told me. Or I don't know. But he's like, nah, what the fuck? So then I turned and I was like, who the fuck was it? And then my friend was like, yeah, who the fuck? Like, you shouldn't be grabbing girls' ass. And immediately, I think I know who it was because one of the fuckers just left. He just like walked with his head down. And then one of the guys that he was with, he was like, it was me. And I was like, no, the fuck it wasn't you. He's like, yeah, it's fine. It was me. And the other dude just walked away. And I was like, pinche baboso. But I didn't want to make a scene or anything. But yeah, I got my ass grabbed.
Ew, that's gross.
And I feel like that happens a lot, unfortunately, at like clubs and stuff, where guys will just be like, and they think that we won't notice.
They won't notice under the whole grab.
Because maybe they saw me borracha, because I was a little borracha where we were at. So they were probably like, this bitch, like she's not gonna notice, and I just really want to grab some ass.
Ew,
just putons. Well, I'm not the gross one. They're the gross ones for wanting to touch my grab.
You don't want to grab. See how you grip. You want to touch my grab. Ew. Why do I always talk so stupid? I know, literally this whole episode
my manito. Or what did I say?
Yeah,
my manito.
Manito was on the door.
But yeah, ladies, don't let no man grab your fucking ass. And I swear to God, if I catch you grabbing my ass next time, I will fucking
you have a little camera in the back of her hair.
Unless you're hot, it's all good. I'm just kidding. No, y estaba feo, está todo pelón, chaparro, feo, ya estaba viejo. He all looked like he was in his 70s.
Then why were you at that club? Just kidding.
I was always viejos. I was looking for a sugar daddy. I'm
like, there he is.
He's like, I got you, babe. But yeah, don't let no one grab your ass.
No, go get a checkup.
Oh, yeah. Go get a checkup all random. So let someone grab your ass.
Oh! My squishy fell. That's the sign to end the episode.
But I think that's going to be it for today's episode.
Hope you guys enjoyed and stay out of trouble. Don't stab no one's legs.
Don't stab legs and go get a checkup.
See you guys on the next one.
Bye.